Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. I want to show everyone a couple of videos today. This is about what happened in Sweden, how the actual government came and took their kid away from the parents just because they didn't want to give their kid puberty blockers. All right. That is one video. It's an interview where they're undercover. They can't show their faces. And then the second one for you is baffling. All right. This is a known, kid offender. All right. So is a PDF file, to say it in YouTube terms. He preys on the young, should I say. He was convicted, and he's saying that he will still continue doing it. This is literally on the internet, and these people will be free, right? The government won't come for them, but they'll come for your kids just because you don't want to give them puberty blockers, or if you misgender them, as what happened with that guy in Canada. Now, let's get into this. I mean, it'll probably be only about 8 minutes long or something like that. So if you do enjoy the content today, please subscribe, like the video if you like it, follow us on Twitter as well. I mean, I've got the descriptions below. In the description, we have our Twitter and our Rumble as well, so definitely jump on there. But without further ado, let's get into this, all right? So this is from Billboard Chris. Just before we do, I just want to show you this. So a father was jailed for opposing daughter's transition, all right? So he was misgendering his daughter, saying, you are my daughter, you're not a boy, blah, 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 blah. He went to jail, got, sentenced for 6 months, and he appealed it, and he actually won. So this is just last year this happened. And then you see this. So breaking. Swiss parents who had their child taken from them by authorities for refusing to give her puberty blockers have lost their court case. Under threat of criminal charges, they are now forced to hand over documents for her legal sex change. This is the world we're living in. This is where we are. People think, no, it's not going to happen to us, it won't, blah, blah, blah. It's already here. It's already here, and it's happening. So let's watch this.
They've put aside 16
And I haven't watched this yet as well, right?
years of absolute commitment to our child and have taken away our child based on the lie that a person can be born in the wrong body.
We want our daughter back home.
The story is truly a nightmare. Swiss authorities have taken our child, our daughter, who's 16 years old. We, as parents, are facing an alliance between the school, the Swiss Child Protection Agency, the Swiss hospital in Geneva, and we feel powerless. About 3 years ago, coming out of the pandemic, our daughter informed us that she was a boy. We understood that she was going through a difficult period in her life. We agreed to seek medical advice. When we first went to the Geneva hospital, the nurse showed her a gender unicorn, and it was based on this gender unicorn that we were instructed by the hospital to begin treating her as a boy. We were told she needed puberty blockers.
Wow. Wow. Finland, Sweden, France, and the UK and others no longer generally endorse gender affirmative treatment. In 2024, the WPATH files in the CAS review confirmed ideological bias of gender affirmative treatment.
The school got involved. Everyone at the school, the teachers, the administrators, started to call our daughter a male name. We were very clear with the school that we did not believe that it was up to the school to socially transition our daughter.
We learned that this school psychologist was getting in and was feeding my daughter with materials, putting her in contact with Le Refuge.
Le Refuge is a transgender advocacy organization and has taken our daughter down the path of believing that she's a boy in a girl's body. Eventually, the Swiss Child Protection Agency, with the school's support, brought a case against us in the Swiss court system. And that has meant for us many sleepless nights, a lot of deep pain, and a sense of hopelessness.
It's crazy.
A school, a
Absolutely
trans
crazy.
activist organization, and a public hospital, together with the child welfare agencies of the Canton of Geneva, have socially transitioned a child against the advice of medical professionals and also against the express will of the parents.
Of course, the parents have more than one word to say concerning very important decisions with a potential impact on the whole life of their child.
No human being is born in the wrong body. Taking an adolescent,
Couldn't agree more.
telling him or her that he or she is born in the wrong body is cruel.
We want our daughter back home. Just we love her and we miss her. My son, he feels his sister is missing. He has written several letters, but we haven't heard back from her.
So it's really out of this pain and this desperation that we have decided there's really no other option but to speak up. The Swiss government essentially took our daughter away from us. Our daughter now lives in a government home. Our access to her is regulated by the Swiss government.
Wow. The daughter is now allowed to be allowed to transition, including irreversible medical intervention, without the
We
consent
don't
of
want
her
to see other
parents.
families in this situation. There's no one else beyond parents who will ever bring and cultivate the love that the children need to be the best they can be, to go on and not only fulfill their dreams, but to create their own families in the future.
2024, the court ordered the parents to hand over documents for the daughter to pursue legal registration as a male. Wow. Wow. They refused under the threat of criminal charges. With the help of the ADF International, their lawyer has now filed an appeal of this decision. Yeah. There's no way this should happen. The case continues. I don't understand. Will you stand with the parents to stand up for children who deserve better? I think we all want that. Find out more. I'll put the link in the description below as well. But if not, then screenshot this or wherever you're watching it. So it's adfinternational.org/letparentscare. That is insanity. And this happens in, Canada, same thing, all this type of jazz. So it's coming to all our countries. So to think this is not going to happen to you, yeah, you're wrong. Now, this is the one I was talking about. So convicted child S offender says he's gonna come for all your kids to teach them about sex and blames his convictions on capitalism. This is now where we are. People can't take blame. I mean, we've said it. We live in the age of no accountability. There's zero accountability with most modern people, right? Most modern people. I hope the next generation can take some responsibility, and where, a lot of people have ruined it for a lot of people because they just don't understand that you need to take responsibility sometimes in your life.
So if you want some gossip and some drama that you can salivate over, I can give you some. Yes, I am a registered sex offender. I spent 3.5 years in prison for assaulting a 12-year-old girl. What I have learned about all of my experiences in this is that the only thing that I did wrong was confessing and cooperating with the police. Nothing that I did caused that girl any actual harm or injury in terms of scientific cause and effect. nothing that I did caused any harm or injury to this person. And that's the fucking truth.
No.
What I did
In your
do,
mind, maybe.
or what I kind of started to do, was teach this young woman about love and about the art of making love. And that is why I went to prison, because we live in a capitalist.
Now, the worrying thing about this too is that this is what a lot of, the current pride movement is doing. They're also talking to your kids about this stuff. They're putting those sort of books in their faces. They're trying to do this younger and younger, and that's what's messed up. They actually don't think they're doing anything wrong.
Society, a society that says, no, we don't make love, we make war. We make capitalization and exploitation. We don't do love here in America. We are a Christian society. We don't do love. We don't teach our children how to make love. We teach our children how to make war and how to capitalize upon each other and how to exploit each other. I will stand on this statement to my death. In fact, I'm going to take it even a little bit further for the sake of your dramatic appetite. It is my goal, my aspiration, to teach your offspring, your young, how to make love. Yes, I'm talking 10, 11, 12 years old. I want to teach your children how to make love. What you're doing is teaching your children how to capitalize and how to exploit. Therefore, they do not know how to make love. They do not know how to live in a love-based social system. I've lost all hope for the adults. There is no salvation for the adults. They're not coming back from the fucked up trauma that they've experienced.
What?
But there might be hope for the young generation. That they may be able to learn how to live in love instead of living in capitalization. There is some hope for the young generation.
Yeah, because you're totally going to help them get there, right? Look at you, dude. Just like an ugly, middle-aged, overweight guy who's a freaking PDF file, and he literally is talking about trying to do it again. It is absolutely insane.
But I have no hope for you adults.
But no, he's the one who'll make these things right. He's the one who'll, do something good, apparently. She just messed up in reality. I'll end on that. I mean, this is where we are. This is where we are in this day and age. Let me know what you think below about this guy. Let me know what you think about the situation there in Sweden as well. Let me know below in the comments. Like the video. I mean, if you liked it, share it with your friends. Share this crap. Share this guy's face. I mean, he needs to be plastered on every freaking school wall. He needs to be plastered on every parent's house, because this guy is a freaking creep. If I seen this guy in the street and I had a kid, you would do unthinkable things. I'm not going to say what you'd do because, obviously we're on YouTube. But, I think most parents would very much hurt this guy, to put it friendly. And yeah, it's just sickening that he's so open and proud about it and that he'll do it again. Yep, that's how soft the justice system is. But also, yeah, just in Sweden, absolutely insane that the government can come and take your kid away without you actually, physically harming your kid. Your kid's probably eating, all that type of stuff. Because parents, you're not allowed to make decisions anymore, right? They're not actually your kids, they're the government's kids. We've heard this more and more in the USA and Australia as well, where, they try to talk as if it's their kids, as if they should be able to make the decisions, when in reality we know you are the parent. You should be able to make the final decisions for your kid. It's crazy. Because more and more you see these trans reversals, all that type of stuff, where people go and get these surgeries because either they're just mentally unstable or they just want to be accepted. So they do these surgeries. I've actually watched a lot of these interviews recently, and they all say they regret it, right? So a big majority regret it, and they're in pain. I mean, physically in pain. They actually, they get a lot of bad things can happen to them. And it's quite sad to see it that, they They fell for it. They fell for these lies, and then it's too late. It's already happened. It's irreversible. You'll never be able to change back. It's messed up. It's messed up what they do to these kids. And the fact is that there's so many of these clinics now popping up everywhere around every country in the West because there's so much, it's such a moneymaker. They know these surgeries cost a lot of money. So all these surgeons, they're very happy to do it. They're very happy to do it. So they'll push you in that direction. They'll push your kids in that direction. It's disgusting. And I hope we get through on the other side. We get back to our morals. We get back to realizing that that's messed up. And I hope that all these surgeons who pushed all these people to get these surgeries get freaking arrested and sent to jail. Just in my opinion, I believe this is what they should happen, because a lot of times these kids, you actually listen to them. They don't actually want the surgery. They just say, look, I just needed some sort of acceptance. I needed to be welcomed. I was mentally unstable. And then they go say, oh, well, do you feel different? Do you feel like the opposite gender? Maybe you should go for the gender surgery, blah, 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 blah. And they push them in that direction because that's the moneymaker, right? It's freaking disgusting. But I'll end it on that. Like I said, let me know what you think about it below. Share this with your friends if they don't know about it. And I'll see you in the next video.